All right, 6/17/2005, corporation issued a deed of real property. When the corporation or foreign corporation subject to this chapter is issued a deed of the real property in the state of the Board of Trustees Internal Improvement Trust Fund, containing revenue clause with the restriction for the use of the property but specified within the use and the deed failure to put the property with the required use within 3 years after the grant, unless the stricter time period is contained in the deed, is prima facie evidence that the restriction is violated subject to the prior property with the revision of the Board of Trustees Internal Improvement and Trust Funds and its discretion. The section applied with the retroactively, prospectively may not be construed to excuse any period of time use of the property in violation of the restrictive use. All right. I didn't realize that was so close to the end. Florida Department of State Division of Corporation Instruction for the nonprofit articles of incorporation. The following instruction, cover letter, and sample articles of incorporation pursuant to Chapter 612 617 Florida State Statute. Note that it is basic for meeting with minimal requirements for filing articles of the corporation. Court Division of Corporation strongly recommends that the corporate documents be reviewed by their legal counsel. Division and final agency does not render the legal accounting tax advice. If you intend to apply for the IRS federal tax exemption and charitable organization, your articles of incorporation must be required to clause the dissolution of the asset provision available for information 501c qualification for the IRS website, irs.gov. It includes the sample articles of the corporation. Click with the charity, the nonprofit link with the life cycle of public charity link. Charter 496 Florida State Statute requires charitable organizations to sponsor and intend for the solicit contributions with the public and state of Florida to register annually with the Division of Consumer Services that they may be reached at 850 488 2221 1-800-435-7352 for more information. A preliminary Florida state statute requires charitable organizations to sponsor and intend to solicit contribution for the public of the state of the Florida register annually the Division of Consumer Services. They may be reached at 850. Sorry, I read that again. A preliminary search of the name availability can be made on the internet with the Division record of the sunbiz.org. Preliminary name, search the name reservation are long available to the Division of the corporation responsible at any time in the infringement that may result in the corporate name and selection. Pursuant to Chapter 617-0202 Florida State Statute, the articles of incorporation must set forth the following. The name of the corporation must include the corporate suffix for the corporation, corp, or incorporated, or INC. Company or co. may not be used as a corporate suffix for a nonprofit corporation. The principal place of the business, mailing address, and address of the corporation. The principal address must be a street address. The mailing address, if different, the mailing difference can, if no different, can be a mailbox, PO box address. Article 3. Specific purposes for which the corporate organization is generally the statement of any lawful business will be significant. Article 4. The manner in which the directors are elected and appointed, the name and the address of the title of the director officer is optional, while naming the directors must be listed. The name and the office of the directors may require applied lines and only open of the bank account, etc. Article 6. The name of the Florida street address for the P.O. Box not acceptable of the initial registered agent. The registered agent must sign and specify provided with the type of his or her print below the signature acceptance as designated registered agent. Article 7. The name and the address for the incorporator must sign in the place for the provided with the type of the print with his or her name below. The incorporator of the person who prepares and signs the articles of incorporation then submits the filing of the division corporation for the function of the incorporation usually end with the corporation filed. Add an effective date. At the end of the separate article with the applicable necessary, an effective date may be added with the articles of incorporation, otherwise date of the receipt will be filed with an effective date can be no more than 5 business days prior to the date of the receipt and 90 days after the date of filing. Important information about requirement to file an annual report. A Florida nonprofit corporation must file an annual report yearly to maintain active status. The first report is due in the following formation. The report must be filed electronically online between January 1st and May 1st. The fees for the annual report $61.25. Annual report reminder notes are sent to the email address provided with the submit with the document. Filing time to file any time after January 1st. Go to the website sunbusiness.org. Are the following fee for the nonprofit corporation, and the following fee is $35. Designation of the registered agent is $35. Certified copy is $8.75. Plus $1 per page for each page is over 8, not exceeding a maximum of $52.50. Certificate of status $8.75. Made checks available to the Department of State. Mailing address Department of the State Division of Corporation, P.O. Box 6327, Tallahassee 32314, 85240 56052. Street address the Department of State Division of Corporation, Clifton Building 2661, Executive Office Center Circle, Tallahassee, Florida 32301, 852 45 6052. Cover letter, Department of the State Division Corporation, Public Box 6327, Tallahassee, Florida 32314. Subject, proposed counterpart name, and it must include suffix. Include the original and one copy of the articles incorporation check for the filing fee and $70 filing fee for the certificate of status and filing fee with a certified copy and filing fee with a certified copy certificate from and name, printed address, and state, date, time, telephone number, email address to be used in a future annual report notification. Please provide an original one copy of the articles. Articles Incorporation in compliance with Chapter 615, Florida State Statute, Nonprofit. Article 1, name. Article 2, principal office. Principal, street address, mailing address if different. Article 3, the purpose of relates to the corporation is organized. Article 4, the manner of election, the manner in which the directors are elected and appointed. Article 5, the initial officers and directors, name, title, and address for the next 10 people. Article 6, the registered agent, the name of the Florida street address of the P.O. Box not acceptable of the registered agent name and address. Article 7, incorporated, the name and the address of the incorporated name and address have been named as a registered agent except for the process for the above the state incorporation place designated with the certificate. I'm familiar with accept the appointment of the registered agent. Agree to the accept active capacity registered signature of the registered agent debate. I submit the document affirming the facts of that stated herein. I'm aware of the false information submitted with the document. The Department of State constitutes third-degree felony provided with for statute 817 and 155, Florida State statute required signature incorporated and date. Attached forms and instruction registered form of the nonprofit corporation to conduct the affairs of the Florida required for the file is pursuant to section 617 15031 of the Florida State has attached an application may be completed as entirely. The corporation submitted with the original certificate existing in no more than 90 days and days authenticated with the Secretary of State proper official will they have been custody of the corporate records in the state country under the law with which incorporated philosophy is not and photocopy is not acceptable. Certificate of the foreign language translation of the certificate under oath of the translator must be submitted. There is a $70 registration fee and a letter of acknowledgement will be issued free of the charge upon registration. Certification files fees are optional. Please submit the additional $8.75 certificate as staff needed. The fee of the certified copy of the application $8.75 plus $1 per page for each page over $8 not exceeding $552.50. Please check the appropriate box for the cover letter or send one check for the total amount may be payable to the Florida Department of State. The cover letter should be completed and submitted along with the certification application and check. Both mailing addresses, street addresses are noted in the cover letter. Any further inquiries concerning the matter should be directed to the new filing section calling 850-245-6052, writing the new filing section Division Corporation P.O. Box 6327, Tallahassee, Florida 32314. Alright, cover letter. New filing section Division Corporation subject name of the corporation must be a suffix. Dear Sir, Madam, conclude with the application for the foreign non-profit corporation authorization to conduct affairs in the Florida certificate existence, certificate of status, check that submitted with the registration, reference for non-profit corporation to conduct its affairs in Florida. Please return all the corresponding concerning the manner of the following: name of the person, firm of the company, address, city, state, and zip, and email address that used to be in your annual report. Further information concerning the matter, please call the name of the person, area code, daytime, telephone number, mailing address, new filing section, Division Corporation, P.O. Box 6327, Tallahassee, Florida 32314, street corridor address, new filing section, Division Corporation, Clifton Building 2661, Executive Order, Council for Tallahassee 32301. Enclosed in the check of the following amount of $70 filing fee, $78 in filing fee status, $78.75 filing fee, and certified copy. $87.50 for filing fee, filing fee, certification of status, certified copy. Application form, nonprofit corporation authorized to conduct its affairs in Florida in compliance with the section 617, 1503 of the Florida State Statute found with submitted with the registered foreign nonprofit corporation for the authorization to conduct affairs in the state of Florida. 1. The name of the corporation must include the incorporated corporation of words of the above in the imported language would clearly indicate the corporation instead of the natural person of the partnership to contain the name of the present company may not be used in the corporate suffix of the nonprofit. A state and country under the law of which is incorporated FEE, a number of applicable date of incorporation, duration, year corp will cease to exist in perpetual. Date of the first conducted the affairs of the prior such registration C617 1501 617 1502 for the determined panel to be liability. Principal office address, current mailing address, purpose of the corporation authorized in a home state county with the country to be carried out with the state of Florida. Name and street address, Florida registration, P.O. Box not acceptable. Name and address, office address, city and Florida zip code. Alright, a registered agent accepting, having been named the registered agent, accept serve with the process of the state of the corporation, place with the designated with the application for the acceptance appointment, the registered agent will agree with accept the capacity, I further agree to comply with the provision of all the states relatively proper to complete with the performance of the duties I am familiar with the acceptance obligation of many of the positions of the registered agent signature. Attest the certificate in existence of the duly authenticated no more than 90 days prior to delivery of the application to the Department of State, Secretary of State, officer, other officials having custody, corporate records in jurisdiction under the law which is incorporated. 12. Name and address of the officers and directors. Directors, chairman, or address, vice chairman, director's address, president, officers, president, vice president, secretary address, and treasurer address. No, if necessary, you may attach the addendum of the application for the additional officers, director, single chairman, vice chairman, or any other listed in number 12 of the applicants. And number 12 applicants, type of the dependent capacity of the person signing the application. Alright, Florida Department of State Division Corporation Certification Stat Section, Certified Copy Division Records, Public Access Area, Electronic Internet Filing, Apostle Selection, Certification of Notaries and Public Documents, Bureau of Commercial Recordings, New Filing Section, Amending Section, Personal Trademark, Limited Liability Company Registration, Annual Report Section, Reinstatement Section, Pictures and Name Section, Judgment Lien Section, Capable Video Franchise Section, Notary Section, Corporate Nonprofit, Florida fees, filing $35, registered agent designation $35, certified copy $8.75, $78.75, amending any record $35, annual report $61.25, article for the correction $35, certificate of status $80.75, certificate of copy $8.75 for the first 8 pages. And $1 for each additional page not exceeding $52.50 for change of registered agent 35, dissolution, withdrawal 35, merger 35, reinstatement $175, registered resignation registered agent active corporation $87.50, inactive corporation $35, corporate substitute service process $8.75. Or federal tax obligations. Corporation organized under the nonprofit statute verified that the territory of the United States do automatically qualify an exemption of the federal income taxes provided in Section 501A of the Internal Revenue Code of this organization described in Section 501C, 501D, 401A. The organization claimed to be exempt of the tax bill over the charitable, education, religious activities kind with the prescribed in Section 501C. They are usually required to submit a Form 1023 in the 15 months to the end of the month they are created to request the recognition track. Exempt status, if they do not apply, but they must be recognized exempt and will lose the benefit of recognition conferred for such example advance of the assurance of the donor for the contribution and if they apply with the recognition of the exemption will be allowed to usually be effective only the date of application rather than the date of the organization was created. With some exemptions, the organization qualify under some of the provisions other than 501C are not required to apply the recognition exemption. For organizations described in Section 501C and other 501C3 frequently use the Form 1024 to ask the IRS to determine a letter to clarify the federal tax information filing obligations. Federal Revenue Service is required to collect a fee for the processing of these exemptions. Form 8718, the fees of the exempt organization to determine a letter with the request to describe the fees and structure, give the other information to users. Several form of the publications available to assist explaining requirements and procedure to obtain the recognition and tax exemption status. Public 557, the tax exempt status of the publication describe the various types of organization that may qualify for the tax exempt status. Provide information on what forms to file with them. Forms 1023 and 1024 mentioned above are application that provide with the guidance for assembling information IRS needed to determine whether the organization qualifies as exempt status. Form 8718 is used to determine the correct fee that be applicable. Fee to be paid when the application the form. The appropriate fees must be submitted with the application to Department of Treasury Internal Revenue Notice 84 for revision 1st January 1992, cat number 103190. Notice not-for-profit corporate relations solicitation contributions. The Department of Agricultural Consumer Service, the Department Division of Consumer Service is not responsible for administrative solicitation contributions. Chapter 496 Florida State Statute Solicitation Contribution Act requires charitable organizations sponsor intended for the solicit contribution for the public in state of Florida, and the Registered Division of Consumer Service failure to comply with the third degree of felon. 496 Florida State Statute Solicitation Contribution Act requires charitable organizations sponsor intended for the solicit contribution for the public in state of Florida, and the Registered Division of Consumer Service failure to comply with the third degree of felon Felony. For more information, contact the Division Consumer Services Department. They agree with the Consumer Services Road of the building, Tallahassee, Florida 323-990-600. Call for the 850-488 2222 1-800-435-7352 with Florida only. Alright, exemption from the tax non-for-profit organization. Generally not-for-profit, religious, charitable, scientific, educational, veterans organization exempt from the sale of the tax of the purchase rental of the tangible personal property which will be used for the customary daily business activity. To receive exemption, organization must be applied with must have granted exempt status with the internal revenue must have been applied with the receipt of the Florida Consumer Certification Exemption Certificate or with the grants exemption of the safe search at the administrative under the secret sales tax law. However, the tangible personal property sold and leased for any of the organization except for the church is taxable. The lease for the real property includes the church is taxable. Not-for-profit organization also exempt for the intangible tax subject for the corporate income franchise exempt, emergency excise tax, and any of the year where they are required to file 990T for the Internal Revenue Tax Services. Federal law does not allow the exemption from any of the other tax administrative of the Department of Revenue, which include but are not limited to motor, special fuel tax, insurance premium tax, gross receipts, pollutants, documentary stamps, tax. For specific information, exemptions are allowed. You may call Florida Department of Revenue 1-800-FLA-DOR or 1-800-352-367 or of hearing impaired 1-800-DOR-TDT 1 or 1-800-367-8331. Florida Department of State Division Corporation 850-245-6051 www.sunbiz.org.